Previously on Fortnite Follies, the Citadel Saga.
And why produce? Unless you have no other choice, produce is the worst option for medical supplies, as you don't recover much health at a time. The only thing here that I see that was even somewhat smart or valuable are the small shield potions, or minis, as everyone likes to call them. I glossed over it with my confused monologue, but I just got part of the mission by picking up the shield fish. But before that, I need to find the ice box or cooler so that if I get eliminated, at least I'll have accomplished part of my mission. An accomplished part of my mission, I have. And, double bonus, I can even return this little fish back to the sea before it suffocates. Just give me a minute to drink these shield potions, and I'll get you right back to your home. Alright, let's go, little buddy. Time to set you well and truly free. Just take you onto this hill. Preparing throwing sequence. Adjusting trajectory. And fire. Oh boy, I didn't notice those rocks. But he missed them. Good. Now it's time to move on with the rest of the round. And especially since I let that conniving assassin droid slip right past us and steal all of our other battle droids. That really... Alright, let's go. We've got some fish to save. Don't worry, I won't let you down. Especially since V3A4 confirmed that gas stations do in fact usually have a cooler or ice machine. Given that piece of information, I should have no problem finding the coolers or ice boxes in question, unless I'm as unlucky as poor V3A3. I didn't know that level of bad luck existed for droids, but she was having a horrible time right until the end. Therefore, I suppose I should keep my expectations realistic, and say that they, usually, have them, not, certainly. This doesn't look great for me, I'm not going to lie. Already, that's one gas station down. There wasn't any in front of, inside, or behind the building. And this scares me, because this was, exactly how V3A3's bad luck started. I think I need to start looking for fish on the ground. Or else I'll never complete the mission. Okay, got a big pot, that's great. That'll help with shields. Now what about some minis too? Enemy approaching. Combat programming engaged. Enemy has blocked door with brick wall. Engage breacher protocol. Enemy looper neutralized. Combat programming disengaged. Self-preservation mode activated. Systems have taken significant damage. However, I'm still standing, which means I can still complete the mission. Don't worry, my self-preservation protocols will urge me to repair my systems with the nearest medical equipment. As long as I don't take damage from any type of assault rifle or stronger weapon, I should be fine. Speaking of assault rifle, I just got a Mark Alpha assault rifle, which has the highest firing rate and damage per second of any assault rifle on the battlefield currently. Given that fact, I should be able to hold my own at mid-range. Now switching engines to searching each trailer for coolers. I won't be able to focus on anything else until the mission alerts go silent. However, like I said before, if a strong enough assault rifle hit me even once, I'm as good as eliminated. I'm getting very worried now. No coolers detected since I landed. These self-preservation alarms are still blaring, and I can't see or hear much else, because the damage to my systems were just that great. I'm sorry in advance if I don't get this mission done. I tried, I really did, but I got just as unlucky as V3A3. Again, I'm so sorry. Wait. Yes. A cooler. Finally. And there's even a fish. Yes. Yes. Finally. The mission is finally done. So now, I just need to report to Triggerfish for my next mission? Roger that, but first, I need to repair my systems with the slap splashes. Systems are now at 62% integrity, now drinking both big pots. That was too close for comfort. If an opponent had come at any point while I was still at 32% integrity, it would have most likely been over for me. You'd have to send a new Arctic Series destroyer in my stead, and I'd have to live with that shame. I'm just thankful that that didn't happen. What I want is the same as the rest of my predecessors and successors, to help you out. If we're cooped up in Fort 7, or defending the Kata Tech Lab, how are we any help to you? Correct answer? We're not. So please, if you have a mission suited to our talents, please bring it to us. As we've proven already, we will complete them to the best of our abilities, even disregarding our self-preservation programming in favor of searching for the cooler in question, in my case. Anyway, attempting to clear all critical damage alerts. Even though the enemy was taken out fairly easily, the accuracy she possessed with her sharp-toothed shotgun made the battle super intense. The main reason I won that fight was because my shotgun fired more shots faster. Otherwise, she would have won. Now moving on with the rest of the round. I'm still getting pings from the network about glitches. I noticed, after taking that shot, that my head jerked up suddenly. Uh-oh. Did that hit my processor? This is bad. Wait. The glitches were affecting V3A2 as well. What is going on? My server itself is glitching. Is there a cyber attack happening? Or is my server needing to be retired? But what will we do until then? This is unbelievably bad. You have no idea. If my server bugs out, it affects every COD tech destroyer they've ever sent to you. Any number of issues could come up with this bug. Ard. It keeps getting worse. Now Triggerfish is in the storm, and I won't get to him in time, especially if I glitch out. I'm so sorry. You'll just have to send another Arctic destroyer straight to Triggerfish next time. Anyway, I guess I'll have to try to find some other mission to do while I'm still here. This prism needs to be brought to trace up at the apparatus. However, aside from when I see it pop up on my heads-up display, I don't otherwise see the mission. A secret mission with classified data, perhaps? Perhaps it's extremely important to complete? In a case like that, perhaps finding this was the boost I needed to get back to active duty. Don't worry. I'll finish this mission as I did with the mission to rescue fish from the cooler at Hitches and Ditches. Now going up the side of the pyramid. Approaching trace to make the delivery. Approach successful, commencing delivery. Apparently, they're called kinetic prisms. This fits in with a lot of kinetic ore stuff, like oathbound equipment, and kinetic blades, and kinetic boomerangs, and now, kinetic prisms. This apparatus almost looks like the Oathbound's rift gate. As if we didn't have enough to worry about already. I shouldn't have even bothered returning this. Ard, what is with the denizens of this island taking these insane risks? It makes me so mad sometimes that I could just blow a fuse. But, I may be jumping to conclusions as well. It may not even work like that. Or, at all. Either would be fine with me. But, even if I didn't return these, some fool probably would, anyway. There's an old saying somewhere. One often meets their destiny on the road they take to avoid it. For that reason, I'm not going to stress about it too much, because, at the end of the day, I'm just another brick in the wall where it comes to the apparatus becoming operational. I'm not the sole looper responsible, so I can share the blame with the rest if it turns out badly, or the credit with the rest should it actually cause something positive instead. Ard, I'm going to be honest, that doesn't make me feel much better. If I'm partially to blame, then I'm still to blame. Again, sorry in advance if anything wrong happens if or when they get the apparatus operating. Through my rant, I glossed over eliminating this looper. All she really had in her inventory of any interest to me was the ammo, so I just collected it and moved on. Now arriving at the site of a former gas station. While it seemingly revealed a fantastical new world beneath the surface, the earthquake also took away someone's business, their way of life. A way to keep bread on the table. I mean, sure, a tax collector may have mercy on you if you mentioned that you couldn't afford to pay taxes because your business collapsed during an earthquake, but, according to my more stoic predecessors, the insurance company is so scummy they'd probably not cover the damage. It's really a wonder why Jester even saw that internship to the end. Although, I have to admit, according to those same predecessors, the businesses they rebuilt in Tilted Towers were actually pretty to look at. I'm not entirely sure what Tilted Towers are, seeing as how I and the rest of my line were built during the Chrome Crisis, and activated and sent to the SDA during Christmas on the new island, using our predecessors as homing beacons to guide us to you. I'd imagine it was quite a shock when you saw us marching up, wasn't it? Ahaha. Great. We wanted to surprise you. That's what makes a Christmas present special. Anyway, I've engaged another looper, who has built a wall, much like my assailant from earlier. I intend to handle them in either the same way, or even better, as well. And so I have. But now, yet another looper wants a piece of me. Systems are.
Well, there's another unit down. Alright, next one. Let's deploy the next one.
Alright, my turn. Time to talk to Triggerfish. Hopefully the server doesn't make me bug out too much, or I'll personally visit Kata Tech to see what the problem is. Anyway, let's see what the next mission will be. It takes a while for the whirligig to get into position, but it's a fairly steady pace. Faster than walking, that's for sure. Making final approach to Dockhouse where Triggerfish is. Final descent is admittedly the fastest part of the journey. Vertically, anyway. Heck, he still calls us anchovy. That's cute. Okay, continue. Coral. Buddies? Huh? Oh, wait. You mean the same ones from Chapter 2 Season 5. Yeah, some of my predecessors met them. Okay, I get you now. Anyway, go on. You need my help investigating? Well, that's why I'm here. To take a mission from you, and complete it. And even if it's not me, I have an army of buddies, both organic and mechanical, that would be just as eager to help. Just leave it to the SDA and SMC. We'll get it done. I'm sending an update to the Kata Tech server right quick, and then I'll make with the casual chatter. Attention all Kata Tech units, our current mission is to talk to Princess Brine about where to find the coral buddies. Should I fail, and you get deployed next, look for a sea creature known as Princess Brine. Anyway, now that the serious stuff is over, let's go ahead and talk while I make my way to the objective. Well this is gonna be fun. First weapon in the round, and already running into a Havoc pump shotgun. I believe I'll just pass that right over if it's alright with you. Honestly, I don't think a looper has landed very close to here. At least, I haven't seen any yet. Are you serious? Another Havoc pump shotgun. What are you trying to get me eliminated, Triggerfish? This fire's too slow to be effective in a soldier of the SDA's hands. But forget it. I'm taking the minis and leaving this place. Although, not without securing this explosive repeater rifle. It's not the best, but it's better than the Havoc pump. Oh well, guess beggars can't be choosers when it comes to first weapons. Anyway, let's get on with the round at hand, shall we? Oh, silly me, I forgot that I was supposed to be talking with you, as well. If the others haven't expressed their gratitude enough, let me make up for it. Thank you so much for letting us be the ones to go on these missions. The fact that you are letting us complete these missions again means you still trust us with missions like these. We were worried that we'd messed up somewhere. Failed in some way, misspoke somehow, typical soldier stuff. And now, if we had failed you, we're taking every opportunity to make up for it. By working extra hard, trying to figure out where, if anywhere, we misspoke, and keeping our sensors vigilant for things we may have missed in the past. We want nothing more than to please you. So tell us, in what way could we improve? Tell us, and we'll do what we can. If nothing, then what's wrong? If it's about carnage, and Order 95, then there's nothing to worry about. At least, I think. Lately, we have been glitching occasionally, as if something is interfering with our server. But, Kata Tech has one of the best firewalls in the business, and, didn't you put in the order for the Kata Tech destroyers to only listen to you? With all that being the case, you don't have anything to worry about. If Carnage tries to force us against our programming, we'll just shut down. It's that simple. Although, given the SDA is already crippled because a rogue V-17 assassin droid stole the deactivated battle droids, maybe that isn't such a good thing. Oh boy, I'd rather not shut down before I can even gain your trust back. I'm supposed to be your Christmas present, myself, and my 5 predecessors, and an additional 4 successors. We were supposed to make up the difference you mistakenly caused by cromifying our predecessors. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it. All I mean to say is, we were sent to say Merry Christmas. We forgive you, that's all I meant. Please don't take it the wrong way. I misspoke again, that's why you don't send us out anymore. Okay, V3A6, shut up and fight. There we go, 2-shot kill. Anyway, a quadrillion pardons. I wasn't supposed to say that. You know about that? I reopened old wounds, reminding you of a mistake that you still regret to this day, but the important part is, you learned from it. Also, you lost some previously stoic and briefly cruel units, and then gained some of the friendliest units this side of the island. Honestly, if anything, you gained 10 new friends, 11 if you count a sympathetic droid broker that gave us to you in the first place. I mean, sure, the original destroyers were great soldiers, but were they really great friends, like us? They don't seem too friendly. But, then again, they were ordered by Carnage before his first fall, but we weren't. We were gifted to you. Anyway, moving along with the rest of the round. But still, please consider what I've said, and what everyone else has said that you've sent out so far. We're being honest here, we really want to help in any way we can. And we just feel like we're not being helpful enough just guarding Fort 7, and the Kada Tech Laboratory where. Wait. Oh. I see what you're doing now. Now that I've realized this. Wow, what an honor. I really feel stupid for not realizing it before. The reason you send us to the laboratory, where our servers are, is to help protect our predecessors and successors from being controlled or otherwise compromised by Carnage. By extension, we're basically protecting you. Okay, I get it now. I will have to tell the rest why we have a rotating team of Kada Tech destroyers guarding Kada Tech servers, including us Arctic destroyers. That also explains the choice of weapons we got. Really smart. Dragon's breath weapons, flare guns, primal flame bows. Carnage is weak to fire, isn't he? Fascinating. Now entering frenzy fields, so I'm going to focus and try not to get eliminated by an opponent en route to Brine. Thankfully, no major glitches have occurred in a while, so maybe even if I run into an opponent, I could still eliminate them? I'll try not to get too confident, but given my record with an explosive repeater rifle, which I no longer have, since I replaced it with the arguably better Mark Alpha, I have a reasonable amount of confidence in my ability to eliminate an opponent that tries to do the same thing to me. The only exception is with the dreaded Architect. If I come across one of those, I may as well expect a salvage team to carry me back to Fort 7, for all the good I do against one. That being said though, I didn't run into anyone on my way through frenzy fields. Maybe I beat the initial frenzy? Loopers usually land there first and eliminate one another in a big ol' free-for-all. Regardless of the case, I made it through completely unharmed. And now I'm en route through the miraculous Steamy Springs. The way in which it's so miraculous is, even damaged battle droids are repaired by this place's hot springs. You would think that even normal water would be bad for us if our circuits were exposed, as we would short out and be eliminated by our own systems. But not only can a droid be repaired by a hot spring, they can go from literally 1% system integrity to a whopping 100% in just a few seconds. Maybe minutes, if I'm being perfectly honest, but regardless, these hot springs are impossibly incredible. But, while I made my way through Steamy Springs unharmed, I would think the healing power of the springs would attract many loopers to it, making it similar to Frenzy Fields. However, the location I hear to avoid the most, at least at the start of each round, is Mega City. I get it, there are many tall buildings, a sniper's dream come true, and it's one of the many locations where High Card appears, allowing you into a vault where the second most powerful assault rifle on the island rests, the enhanced Flapjack rifle. The only assault rifle superior to it is Wild Guard Relic's Mark Alpha assault rifle. And I think you know as well as I do why that is. Firing rate. With a firing rate of 7, it vastly multiplies the power of the weapon to extreme heights. There's no other assault rifle currently on the battlefield that can outclass the Wild Guard Relic's Mark Alpha assault rifle, and I will not hear otherwise. Anyway, speaking to Princess Brine about the next phase of the mission. She is sweet to care so much about those usually happy, singing coral. Apparently, the coral buddies have a genetic marker identical to the rare island coral. That's fascinating, although, given they have vocal cords, and the talent to sing, it's not too hard to believe that Princess Brine is onto something here. Okay, destination confirmed. All Kada Tech units, if you're deployed in the case where I'm eliminated without completing the mission, search the island off the southwestern coast. The mission GPS, along with Mardi Jester, will guide you where you need to go. Anyway, let's see how possible it is now. Absolutely impossible. I wouldn't even be able to make it to the southwestern coast, Medmist or no. I mean, did you see how deep in the storm it was? That's not a trip 199 system integrity can make. Even one way, it would be a stretch. I would have went to the slurp tanker, but the storm is hot on my tail. I need to spend more time running away from the storm than to go to a tanker to get 50 shield, and whatever system integrity I would regain, hopefully 50% as well, but if the storm stopped and became more powerful, that would have been very doubtful. I must admit though, swimming like a dolphin is one of the fastest ways to travel on this island. I went from being practically engulfed by the storm to being a significant distance away with just a few dives. It's really quite impressive. What's frustrating to me is that the storm has already engulfed the next mission destination. What should I do now? Because there's no way to get to the island without taking damage, and I've heard that, before the formation of the SDA, which should mean that the SMC existed first, that you'd taken a chance in the storm, and got eliminated in the process. As such, V1D4 has warned that taking that type of chance is highly unlikely to help you succeed in your mission, so I've been trying to avoid that, along with the rest of my predecessors and successors. I'm starting to realize something else, as well. Ever since Fort 7 was raided by a rogue V6 tactical droid and V17 assassin droid, security around Fort 7 has hit an all-time low. So, I suppose that means you don't think Carnage will come back and attack it again, because only you are there? That's an awful lot of confidence. The weaker bases are more likely to be taken over than stronger bases, so ideally, you would set up more security due to that. I don't know. I don't know his mind, so the judgment call is not mine to make. Or, I guess since Carnage needs a host to survive, their minds? Like I said before, you make the strategies, and we follow them. It's that simple. Anyway, I appear to be nearing a dueling circle. I've heard, during the Syndicate crisis, that these used to have swords that, when wielded correctly, could thrust you forward with enough force to send you over your opponent's wall. Not that I could ever confirm that, seeing as how I was so busy guarding Fort 7 up until V62 came along and helped swipe the deactivated battle droids right out from under our noses. After that, things went quiet. Really quiet. So quiet, in fact, that you reassigned us in a rotating squad of 10 to Kata Tech's server building. However, even that place was quiet. It's almost like Carnage is biding his time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. It is fortunate that you deployed me now, as I wasn't going to be in the rotation for 4 days. As you humans say, this'll be a great way to break the boredom. It looks like I'm nearing a slap juice company building of sorts. A store or cafe, perhaps? Regardless, it's a place of business, and I'm currently en route to it. More specifically, to its freight trailer. The reason is due to the fact that the trailer has a chest in it most of the time. And if you didn't know, I have decent weapons, excluding the Mark Alpha, which is exceptional, but I could do better. Although, I could also be doing worse. I could have all useless weapons. That would not bode well. But, regardless, that's how things stand right now. Now I have a drum shotgun, so defeating a looper who doesn't build at close range shouldn't be as big a deal anymore. I also grabbed some ammo from the cafe. Ard, I can't get over how annoying it is that the storm has long engulfed the mission destination. It's so infuriating how random the storm is. You never know where it'll decide to stop. And if your mission is outside of the circular safe zone? Too bad, you'll have to wait until next round in order to complete it, especially if an NPC that doesn't respawn, or a mission requiring you to duel an NPC, is within the dangerous purple haze. But, I digress. Sometimes, you've just gotta take the bad with the good. At the very least, I made the trek to Brine, and got some instructions from her. Whatever droid you send next, remember to give them these instructions. If you yourself go in to complete the mission in our stead, however, just make sure you remember to go to the southwestern island. Although, like I said before, there's some form of GPS that's all too happy to remind you of where to go. Sometimes, it at least shows you the general area of where the mission is. Anyway, I have just spotted another of my opponents, closing in, with all combat systems raring to go. Hammering enemy vehicle. At the very least, I got progress on popping tires. now hiding and waiting to ambush my opponent. Their follower took the brunt of the explosion, but followers are pretty hardy. My opponent has cut their losses and grabbed another vehicle. I am now firing upon the truck. I have popped the final tire I needed. Opponent is now fighting back alongside their follower. I will attempt to eliminate them, but currently, I can't.
Well, I guess that's that then. Oh well, time to end the episode then.